Hey guys, it's your boy Wolfie. Today we're going to be talking about sieging. From my experience, majority of the player base has the least amount of experience at the end of the game because there's so many variables. Things change, things happen. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind, sometimes someone's F6ing. We have no idea what's going to happen in 20, 30 minutes in the game compared to the beginning part of the game where it's virtually the same for the first 2 minutes outside of a few cheese strats. But you get so much practice, it just becomes second nature. The end of the game, though, is kind of hard to get practice on. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back, find a replay from last night's game, and use as an example. Point out the good, the bad, what I did wrong, what other people did wrong, how we could improve, and use as an example to show you guys what you should be doing or what you should be targeting while sieging. Before we get into the replay, we have two things to tell you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. If you guys are enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel. Please drop a like and hit that notification button to know when we are posting more videos. You can always also stop by our stream 6 days a week at 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. We got the graveyard shift. You working nights, I got you. You can't sleep, got you. But I also gotta let you know that there's nothing I like more than just reading the comments of you guys telling me feedback, how I can make the videos better, how much you guys enjoyed the videos, what kind of videos you want to see later, everything. I love it. And I also love it when you guys stop by the stream and tell me these things too. I literally wake my girlfriend up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, just, oh my God, we got more viewers from YouTube every day. So thank you guys very much. You guys have been awesome. But before we get into the replay, we got one more thing to say. Yo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is having a crossover with Smite. I don't know about you guys. I'm old. And yeah, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with this. I literally got in trouble one day by playing too much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the TV, and my mom took away all the VHS cassette tapes so I couldn't watch the Ninja Turtles anymore. So you know what I did? I took my birthday candles and put them in the VCR. That's how much I like Ninja Turtles. It's gonna be a battle pass. It's awesome. I'm not usually excited for skins, but I'm kind of excited for these. I kind of wish it was a new character to play, but this'll do. This'll do. This'll do. 100% this'll do. Now, so I successfully wasted your time with that intro, but it was kind of worth it because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are awesome. But yeah, we're going to get directly into this replay. Now, it was very hard to find a replay with a proper siege and one that I was playing a frontline because I feel like the most confusion for sieging comes from frontlines. Their roles and responsibilities generally change depending on how ahead they and their carries are or how behind they are. So I was fortunate that I was able to play frontline for this specific replay. I'm going to point out everything that I do wrong and what everybody else does wrong and what we could do better, and just put the thought process before the siege even happens. Now, as we get into this, first of all, it's been 24 minutes, so I've had time to think about this before. So I'm just gonna throw on the video what I was thinking before we even go into this siege. First of all, I'm Cerberus solo. I'm a doggy with 3 heads. It's awesome, great character. I also know that we have Sobek. So we have 2 Guardians. Guardians are fantastic for sieging because they're usually tankier than Warriors. Just is what it is. I usually have more CC because Guardians are Guardians. We also have a Ra, so that means we have sustain, which means that we don't have to fully commit. We can poke, run back, and heal, and go back into the fight. We also have a Rama, which is really high DPS to Phoenixes because he has an attack speed steroid. We're also in the specific situation that we have a Thor. Thor has a semi-global ult, which means that he can push middle, safely put pressure, make someone else have to defend this, and at any point in time he can ult over and help us out on our right lane. Now, that's not always the play, like some people want to make it, but in this specific scenario it's good because they have a Yemoja, which is going to try to ult right here and split the team. She's going to try to keep the tanks over here and the squishies over there so the Vamana can just run and kill them. And the front line can get killed by the mage and the ADC. That's kind of the goal for them. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, my main job is to try to displace this Yemoja and put her in an uncomfortable position so she can't just ult and win the whole team fight. I also picked up Cursed Ankh to go against Vamana, because Vamana can't be peeled during his ult. Walls don't work, CC don't work. He kind of just stomps the yard, and that's just what he wants to do. So I picked up Cursed Ankh because it'll make him take extra damage when he pops his ult. It'll also reduce his shield, and it'll also reduce the healing he gets. So my backline can actually kill him, because that's the only way you're going to peel him. So my idea is to try to stay as close to my backline as possible, enough to hit him with the Cursed Ankh, while still tanking the Phoenix, while also trying to displace the Yemoja. So as this fight starts, you're going to see me jump directly at the Yemoja, and I'm going to pop my ult. That is my plan before it even starts. Pretty successful at it. We move the Yemoja, I eat the pillar, and I eat the stun, and it forces Yemoja to drop her ult in a non-efficient manner. She wasted her ult. She's not going to hit our backline. Our backline kind of got hit with some mage abilities. I didn't. I ate a stun, got the Yemoja ult. All I used was my jump and my ult. This is successful. This is a great start of a siege. It means we have something to not worry about. I know the Erlang is going to middle. Thor is putting pressure. He still has his ult. This is great. I also have a lot of regen in my build because it's Thorn Gaia. And we have Ra. So I start moving back. We got everything we wanted to get. So the job right here is to pretty much just sustain before we go back in. Now this Sobek tried to get a pull, so maybe we can kill somebody. He got punished for it because he missed. It's okay. That's fine. That wasn't a really bad attempt for a pluck. He still got out. Abilities were down. It's alright. We still have sustain. He's going to run around. I don't know why. He kind of just could have came right back to us. But we heal up. And we keep poking. And Thor keeps on harassing middle. Right? We make a few attempts. Notice how I'm not just all-inning. Notice how I'm not just diving the Phoenix, taking damage for no reason, right? I attempt to stay next to my team. And there's always a point in time where you have to decide, hey, maybe we shouldn't be here anymore. We're not really getting anything out of it. We keep getting poked. And we notice that Fire Giant is coming back up. So an important part of sieging is to learn and understand that it's time to back off. It's time to just we don't have to rush into this, because if you rush into this, you can lose the game. This was an important part of sieging, to understand that you're not going to successfully siege. Why? Fire Giant ran off. Not to mention that most of us didn't have Fire Giant in the first place because most of us died in the last engagement, but that's just a perfect example of what's going on. Notice how the Thor didn't all in and just ult the moment we used abilities. He waited to see when it was a good time to engage, so his ult is still up. We're still able to fight. It's good. Everything that happened there was solid. Our positioning, the fact that we reset to heal is great. So we're going to move into the next siege. Here we find ourselves at the next siege. Before I get into this, I forgot to say it last time. When you guys are backing off from a siege or anything in general, please back together. Don't just go different directions and randomly get picked off and randomly throw the game. It's not worth it. Stay together, walk as a unit, and the only time you split up is if one person has to sacrifice himself so everyone else can get out. That's the only time you should really split up. But let's get into this siege real quick. So this time we're opting out of the whole let's split push thing. We don't really feel like we need to. And again, the same rule applies. We are looking to catch this Umoja off guard. We're trying to get her before she can ult and screw us over on the siege. That's what she's really known for. That's why Umoja's such a top pick. She's really good at sieging and really good at stopping enemies from sieging. So we're just moving in. Now this Thor gets the game-winning play. He stuns both the Umoja and the Erlang Shen. All we needed to catch was the Umoja. This one stun made the whole siege possible. I go in, I ult, just like I was planning on doing before, and we kill the Umoja. That's it. That's the end of the siege. That's how that goes. Just off that one play. Now I also want you guys to understand that just because we're winning doesn't mean that I, as a solo laner, am diving really far. I'm not diving into the Phoenix. What this Thor is doing right here is wrong. He should be in the middle trying to help take out the tower. He can run the risk of dying here. If these two decided to just kill him, he could have been immediately killed and this whole siege could have started waning off. They could have stopped us from ending the game by just killing the Thor and maybe killing someone else and losing nothing in the process. But it's okay. Luckily enough, our Sobek is playing absolutely great. He took the Phoenix aggro. He's tanking the Phoenix. He's not tanking damage from enemy players. He's literally just there making sure that our DPS is able to hit the Phoenix. This is something most front lines don't do. They do this thing where they try to just dive the back line and just do damage, and they lose the Phoenix aggro. And then your back line cannot hit the Phoenix, and then the whole point of sieging is wrong. There's no reason to do it if we're just going to die and separate. So kudos to the Sobek for tanking the Phoenix right there. Another good thing is you notice that our Rama and our Ra don't chase the Vamana trying to distract him. They understand that his main goal is to hit the Phoenix, not to hit the Vamana. The team fight doesn't really matter as much as taking the Phoenix. The Ra does too. This is great. I don't chase, neither does the Sobek. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. And it also ends up that the Thor is actually wasting their time. For some reason, the Erlang Shen is now overcommitting to him, and the Anhur is starting to look for him too. It ends up working out. His misplay turns into a good play. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you need to wing it. It's more on the line of the enemy messing up, but that's okay. It worked. Notice how we never overextend for this stuff. We're still staying as a unit. Besides the Thor who got picked off and killed. We're still in a unit. Now it's a 4v4 and we're still sieging. Again, I'm tanking now and I'm not moving too far up. I'm making sure that their abilities come over here so their abilities aren't hitting my team, except that the Merlin actually does a good play and actually drops the AoE on the team, which is fantastic. Most players would have just shot the AoE at me because I was too close to them. Now, this is a big thing. The Vamana is trying to stop my team from attacking the Phoenix. Now, he's not wrong to do this. The problem is that my whole team is staying with him. I have Cursed Ankh. You have a Sobek. He's not going to live very long. He's kind of just screwed in this scenario, but he's doing the best he can. He's not wrong in doing this. There's nothing he can do here. What is going wrong is this Erlang is focusing me and not focusing them. This Erlang needs to be stopping this Rama from hitting the tower, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to be using his abilities on the Rama or the Ra. You notice how none of us overextend, and me and the Sobek go from We're swapping tower aggro until the minions get there, which is the important part. Never did my Ra or my Rama have to tank the tower to kill the tower. And that's the importance. And that's where people don't understand. This Sobek played fantastic. I went in, tanked it first. He saw I was low, and then he went in and tanked it, which allowed me to walk behind him and help him either zone out or do damage to the backline, while our backline was able to focus the Phoenix. So unlike my last video, sieging has a few rules. If you are a frontline, your job is to make it possible for your DPS to hit the Phoenix. If you are zoning their backline and you are diving their backline and or killing it or doing whatever you're doing, and your DPS still doesn't have the room to hit the Phoenix, you are not doing your job. Because your job isn't to zone, it is to make it possible for them to attack the Phoenix. Even if that means peeling off their front line or killing their front line. It is not your job to dive past and kill their backline. Believe it or not, you doing 1 CC and letting your main DPS pop all of his cooldowns will do more damage than you hitting that target for the next 3 minutes. It's silly how much damage a full DPS carry or a full DPS mage will do, and you ignoring that doesn't help your team. But this also goes for the carries. When you are sieging, your job is to DPS the Phoenix. It's not to chase kills, it's not to jump in, it's not to try to get some sick play. It's to kill the Phoenix. Now granted, mages have a little more leeway with this because they can just drop their giant abilities that go through walls and possibly kill somebody or help the front line from when they're CCing somebody, but your main job is to still hit the Phoenix. Same with the carry. Both rules apply. That being said, you can't avoid a Vamana running in front of you trying to kill you. That's not only your job to deal with it, your whole team has to help you. Also, if you're an assassin and you're trying to push with the team, you might have to insta-give someone that's being a pain, like a Merlin who's doing too much damage to your backline, or you might have to just go on the front line so they don't kill your backline. Again, you kind of become a front line as an assassin, you just have more damage. Your job is to make it so someone can hit the Phoenix. That's it. There's nothing else that has to be done. Anything you're doing that does not result in your team being able to hit the Phoenix means you're doing it wrong. Okay? That is your job. Not to kill gods, but to kill the Phoenix. That's it. I hope that helps. That's how I play every role. Whenever I'm playing assassin, sometimes I just stay in the back with Humbats. I stand behind the carry. I wait for someone to try to dive the carry, and I just drop my ult and let him attack the Phoenix. Sometimes I'll attack with him while my ult is going off and completely ignore the kill. I'm just letting you know this is what you do. And I know I've repeated myself 18,000 times, but I've played over 16,000 ranked games, and I don't know how much hair I've lost to people not attacking the Phoenix or helping people attack the Phoenix. I hope that helps. That's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to show. That's the only replay I got for this. I hope this helps you guys understand what's going on for sieging. I hope this, guys, improves your win ratio, all the other stuff. If you guys have any feedback on how I could have made this better, if I missed anything, if I didn't explain anything correctly, please let me know. Drop it in the comments. Come tell me in my stream. Either way is fine. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Don't forget to stop by the stream. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We've had great growth over the past 2 or 3 weeks. It's been awesome. You guys have a good one. Deuces!